So we're on site at a client today and we got permission to film, which we don't always get, but I've been wanting to do more job videos of during the job. So I cut out some of the boring part of a drop ceiling. We dragged a bunch of wires to a drop ceiling. Now, because most of our clients are small business, not all of them have server rooms going to, so it's actually, I'm in one of the back offices where they're going to be putting this. So we have all the wires pulled through the ceiling. We have a ceiling tile removed. They actually have their router up there as well, so it's hard to see because it's probably really dark up there. I don't have an extra light. So all those switches are actually in the ceiling here. And the computer, because this is going to be a camera system that's going to be running the NVR, is over here behind me. And once we have some of that hooked up, I'll show you some of that video. Not really big, it's just a standard workstation. Now, one of the other things we do, because they're just getting a few cameras, is we make the PoEs all mounted together. Now this is once again a unified camera system that we're installing, the same UV3 cameras that we've done before, and to make things nice and neat, and once again all this is going up into the drop ceiling because they don't have a server room, we put this together. And what we do is we take all of the units and we zip tie them with a couple of zip ties and put them together so it's one nice neat cord, and this keeps the jobs really tight and clean even without having like a server cage and all the other stuff that we like to put them in. But like I said, I'll come back to that, being that this is a small business, so they just don't have all of that. Now right now Corey's got all the lines pulled. They're all coming through here from all the different spots in the building, and then we use, and I've done a review of this before, our Klein tool. So we put all these, and these are numbered. And as he tests each one, they have the number on them, so we know which one's which. We label them back here. We put a little tag that we're going to tie around each end so we know the ends, because there's not a punch down panel in here. There's only 6 cables, not worth buying a punch down for. Then we have back here where Corey is making some noise with the ladder. He's over here, and as he tests the Klein, he puts a label on that side. So every one of these is labeled. If we ever take a camera back down or whichever, we know exactly which one is which, and all the labeling is correct. The Klein tool.
Test every wire.
Test every wire. So every single wire we do is absolutely tested. We make sure it has all the pins line up, and that does the labeling and testing all at the same time. So one of the things that is convenient is having the Klein tool with the expanded kit, is we can test all the wires at once. So here's the back part of the office, and so I'm following back where the wires are going. They go around through here. We pulled them all through this, and you can see we still have the ceiling open. The drop ceilings are at different heights for an air and air, so we had to find a hole, because this is an add-on to the building. So we had to kind of find a little egress over here to get us all the way to the back, way over here where the cables go. Now, a couple tricks for getting this done, and the reason there's only a couple ceiling tiles popped out when we do this, really easy. We use these, what we call fish sticks. Now, the fish sticks allow us to go in just this one ceiling tile and skip all these other ones, and then skip, you can see the one tile like right there, and one all the way in the very back. And that's what these are for. So you take these and put them together. If you're not familiar with how simple the fish sticks work, they just simply screw together. Then we basically fish these all the way across, and as far as we can get them to go, and before they kind of get stuck or hang up on something, and then we tie the cable to this and just pull all the way across, so we don't have to deal with all of the popping all the ceiling tiles out. So we're able to go, quite a few feet at a time before this hangs up, as long as there's no obstructions. And when you find the obstructions, we just move on beyond them. So when you're doing these type of cabling jobs, these are invaluable. Also, these are really cheap at Harbor Freight if you're here in the US. And the reason we like the Harbor Freight ones is these have gotten broken, they have fallen in walls, there's mystery ones. These are really inexpensive, so we buy a big bulk of them, and hey, if some break, no big deal. We've tried the more expensive ones, they seem to break as well. And the problem with some of the more expensive ones breaking is, well, it costs a lot more money. Maybe they're a little tougher, maybe these break a little more often, but really not bad. And we have a plethora of these Harbor Freight ones. Alright, so next thing I'm going to show you is actually how the cameras mount in practice, and some of that part of the wiring of this. And when you're drilling the outside holes, you drill them from the seam line, so it's easier to get in and out. Oh, just like that, and now we're through. So this punches it through, right in the seam, basically the mortar, and then we put the fish stick through there, and then we go on the inside and tie the wire to it and pull it right through. So now we're back on the inside, and we're pulling through the fish stick, so we can tie the cable to it.
See the rod?
Yep, got the rod. We're gonna pull it through on the rod, tape it to it real quick. Little black electrical tape, pull the wire right on out, and there's the wire with the fish stick. Now we got to drill the holes for the Unify to mount. So we got the template marked for the screw holes just like before. So now, because this is an outside one coming in, we go ahead and have this mounted, and we have the little hole pointing down that we use to get it in there, like the side one. And what that does is make sure no water ever gets dripped in there or anything like that. Also, it comes right through, so now the camera's gonna mount really nice and clean right to the wall here. So one of the other things we just did here was push the cable back in as opposed to trimming a lot off. And then what that does, if the customer decides he wants the camera moved over a couple feet in any direction, we don't have to rerun the cable. So we generally, it's just gonna be up in the ceiling. We'll leave a little bit of an extra service loop that we'll tie in a loop on the other side sometimes. This one, because it's right by the edge in the back of a garage area, we're not too worried. It's just laying on top of ceiling tile, but it gives us an extra foot in case they go, you know, I want the camera moved over a foot or two. So we don't pull the exact length, we just pull extra, and it saves you a lot in the long run.
When you're using the boot, you have to put it in just like this. You got to plug the camera in first, then attach the mount. The boot seals it to the mount itself.
I guess. And then we'll pull off the plastic, and we'll be good to go. One final note on these Ubiquiti cameras, they come with a really nice plastic on them, and you make sure that you peel the plastic off the camera. Really makes a big difference when you're cleaning them up at the end. So the job is complete, and I was not able to finish filming there. I had to go on site. A few other, you know, Corey's my lead on a lot of my infrastructure work, and it's a little different because, you know, you've seen some of the showcase projects we've done for the larger projects. This is one of our smaller ones that we do for a lot of small business. It actually makes up the majority of our work. It's a lot of small business work with some large corporate work in between. It's a real mixed bag that we do. So we're willing to do the smaller 6-camera jobs, and we had another one where we're doing a dealership that put in like 40 cameras. So you've seen some of the ones where you use man lifts and some of the large scale projects. I'm trying to get more videos done on this. If you like some of these on-site videos or talking about how we do things, absolutely. You know, this is something I like doing some of the videos of. The downside is it's not every client gives us permission to film, and we're very respectful of our client's privacy. We let them know that if we do this, it'll be on YouTube, and it's, you know, important little factors that we let them know. So that being said, thanks for watching. If you like the content here, like and subscribe. Oh, and I will comment too that the night vision's really good on these. So let me jump to the other one. And there's the night vision in the storage room, so works really well. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like the content here, like and subscribe.